Now
Yeah,
your
I have to
video.
get my tea. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I didn't have anything
You got
festive
you
to
got a
wear,
white Christmas.
but I have a little tree.
That's cute.
Oh, lovely,
With,
lovely.
And
with
these are the lights in our Oxford
with baby Yoda.
Christmas lights.
on the top. Hey.
Is that right? Is that what that is? That's cute.
Yeah.
May the force be with you.
I have my ugly sweater. Huge ugly sweater.
Who's got
I
the-
fancy, Lucille, I think you're probably the only person in the world that it's obvious if you wear an ugly sweater, because the rest of us, it's just our normal clothes.
It's ugly.
Oh,
She always is so incredibly and impeccably turned out that if she wears a big baggy sweater, you know.
I have to dig into my somewhere. I'm like, where's my sweater? It's so big.
it's big. That is big.
Yeah. It's
I
very.
wish I would have kept my
I-
80s sweaters. They were pretty ugly. Sweaters from the 80s and 90s.
This was my.
I had a lot
a
of
long time.
Christmas.
I was thinking giving me this huge sweater. It's really.
I've just realized I've got a Christmas dress I could have worn. It's all red and covered in sparkles, long sleeves.
There you
This
go.
is my newest.
I've got a lot of, I have a lot of Christmas sweaters, but it's so hot out and our house has so much insulation. So I just wore a vest. That was
And nothing else.
Hey, Angel. Angel, do you want to be general evaluator today?
Sure, I'd love to.
You can take my spot. Okay. Hey, so
Here comes Stacy.
jingle, jingle.
Jingle,
Ling,
jingle.
ling, 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 ling.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy
Merry
Hanukkah.
Christmas.
Happy Kwanzaa. Happy everything.
Happy Hanukkah.
Yes, happy Hanukkah.
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
So good to see everybody. I'm excited to be here with you guys on this last meeting of the year. And we've got all kinds of things planned for today. And I'm going to go ahead and start with our officer voting. We've got at the end of this year, we have our officers that have graciously volunteered for another term. That's another 6 months. And that's from January through the end of June. So I definitely want to take this time to thank all the officers for stepping up this last 6 months and taking the leap for another 6 months. That's huge. And I especially want to give a shout out to Stacy. This is going to be her third term, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Woo!
I think so.
Man.
Stacy.
So, so come mid next year, we're gonna really need to fill up those spots. So please think about stepping up for the next term from June to the end of next year. It's a great opportunity to serve the club, and anyway, good opportunity to develop your leadership skills. So I'm gonna go ahead and Devin, are you ready to do the polling? Okay.
Oh.
Brooke, who is speaker number 1?
It's supposed to be Myra, but she may
Yeah.
not be able to
Oh.
attend.
Oh.
So we may only have one speaker.
More time for Greg.
Or singing.
More singing. Yay.
What did we just check?
Yeah, check mark everyone that you want to vote
All
for.
right. Okay.
All right. It's
Oh, Myra's here.
unanimous.
Yay!
Three. Do you want to come to shoot with me? Tomorrow?
Hi, Myra. Glad you made it.
I wasn't sure if I was going here.
Yeah, we weren't sure either, but we're glad to see you. Okay, so we're just voting right now for the officers, and it's the same crew that is up right now. Devin, are we all done or?
Yeah, I closed it.
Okay, all right then.
It was 100%. So
Oh yay! That was a close one. Okay, I am gonna want to move on and let's welcome our Toastmaster for Toastmaster of this year. Please welcome Devin DeVries.
thank you.
Yay.
It's an honor to be your final Toastmaster for 2020. Been quite a ride that we've all been on, almost entirely on Zoom this year. So thank you for hanging in with us and embracing this new way of doing Toastmasters meetings. I sent out the agenda this morning, but we have had a couple updates, so I'll just go over that real fast. We don't have any guests, so I don't think we need to explain the roles. But if you do have a role, if you could also change your name, just so we have that as a reference, that would be great. So Paul is our table topics master of the day. Lisa has volunteered to fill in as a counter. Stacy is our grammarian. Charles is our timer. So if you're speaking or evaluating or table topics, please make sure you can see Charles on your screen. Angel is our general evaluator, and Megan is our watcher. Yeah. Yes, thanks. So Charles has cards he'll hold up, so look for those. Myra and Greg are our speakers. Brooke and Lucille are evaluators. So we have a jam-packed meeting, so I won't
What
take too much
about
time.
Grammarian.
Sorry,
Grammarian.
grammarian is Stacy.
Who was grammarian?
Stacy. So look to Stacy for the word of the day during table topics. And Paul will go into what that is when we get there. So without further ado, we will welcome Myra, who is our first speaker of the day. She is working, yes, Charles?
I'm also the joke master.
You are?
Yes,
I didn't see anybody
I
signed
didn't
up.
put both roles up.
Oh, well, fantastic. Please welcome Charles as a joke master. And if you want to unmute yourself for this portion so he can hear your laughs, that would be great. Let's take it away, Charles.
2 jokes. First one is, what kind of music does Santa's elves like? Rap music.
Okay.
Yeah.
And second one, what do you call a snowman with a 6-pack? An abdominal snowman.
Oh.
Dad jokes, dad jokes.
I don't get the rap music joke.
Like in wrapping a package.
Oh,
WRAP.
God. Okay, I got it.
All right.
Play.
A little slow this morning.
All right, thank you, Charles. All right, so now we will welcome Myra. She is on project 2, which is evaluation and feedback. So she is giving the same speech she gave a couple of weeks ago, but applying the feedback she was given after giving it the first time. So her title is What Snowboarding Has Taught Me. Please help me welcome Myra. Oh, it's 5 to 7 minutes, Charles. Sorry.
1 second here. Oh, sure. Okay. Can everyone see my presentation?
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
So No so, no so. Before we get started, can I see a show of hands of how many of you have been snowboarding? Really? Okay. Well then, this will all be new to you. Snowboarding is much more than just an extreme sport. There's actually a lot of really great benefits to it. Things like it's great exercise, you get to be outdoors. It's such an engulfing practice that it really just turns into a moving meditation, and it's really great. Throughout my years of snowboarding, I have realized that there's a couple things that I learned while I was snowboarding that were actually applicable to real life. And I'd like to share 3 of those insights with you today. So the first one is, look where you want to go. The full saying goes, don't look down. If your eyes fall to the ground, then so will you. And it actually happens that way. It's quite strange. When I first started learning to snowboard, I realized, wow, this is such an unnatural feeling, because I feel like I instinctively want to scan the floor and make sure that there isn't anything that's going to cause me to fall. See, what I noticed about humans is that sometimes we subconsciously tend to focus on negative things in order to prevent making mistakes, especially the ones that are going to lead us to physical pain. However, where attention goes, energy flows. And so I thought to myself, just let go of that fear, let go of your reservations, just trust yourself and just lean into it. And I did. And what I found was that my body just naturally knew what to do to get me to where I was looking. And that was such a wonderful thing. All I needed to do was get myself and my crappy negative thoughts out of my own way. And so I started to apply this to my real life. And I started to shift my focus from the things that I don't want to the things that I do want. And that has made such a huge difference in my life, because it's allowed me to manifest the reality that I have today. So the next one is, and it's all about balance. The key to life is balance. And when you think about balance within snowboarding, you think about the difference between toe side and heel side. However, that is not the only time, physical balance is not the only time that balance is used in snowboarding. There's also riding within your expertise and pushing the limits. So you want to ride within your expertise, you want to be safe, but also you need to be pushing the boundaries. If you're not, then that means that you're not challenging yourself, which means that you're not growing as an athlete. There's also instilling the discipline and having fun. So you'll see it on the mountain all the time. You get that real serious snowboarder, and he's just focused on, I gotta hit this jump, I gotta hit this jump. And then he ends up walking off the mountain all pissed off if he isn't able to do that. With snowboarding, you're going to have bad days. It's gonna happen, especially if you're pushing the limits. And if you aren't able to find the fun amongst it all, then you're gonna burn out. And there goes your extreme sport that you once loved. And the last one is that balance isn't always 50-50. So when people think of balance, they think of the middle ground, equal distributing weight. And for snowboarding, that's the middle ground. It's fine if you're on a straightaway. However, what if you are approaching a fast upcoming turn? See, us as snowboarders, we need to be able to quickly adapt to the changing terrain in a moment's notice. Sometimes you're approaching that turn and you aren't able to see completely through it, or you're riding in the middle of a storm. So what do? You need to be able to shift your weight and find the balance that's appropriate for that turn. If not, you'll be on the ground. And I think this is just so appropriate for life, because sometimes the hardest part is finding that balance. And so when I feel like things are a bit off, I always just try to remind myself, reassess that balance in your life. And the last one is that the greatest lessons come from the gnarliest falls. So failure is the key to success. Most people are familiar with that. However, that's easier said than done when you aren't facing broken bones and a concussion. things that I have had and that are actually quite common in snowboarding. But failure really is crucial to progress. And the sooner you can come to terms with that, the sooner you can start making improvements. Despite all of the arrogant snowboarders out there, this really is a sport where you have to set aside your ego, and your attitude is going to be crucial in moments of in relation to your progress in the face of failure. My personal coping skill is just to laugh it off and just have fun. Research suggests that there is a link between emotional response and memory, which basically means that the more impactful something is to you, the more likely you are to remember it. I think this is just a fabulous adaptive trait that we have as humans. And for snowboarding, it comes in handy. Basically, the harder you wipe out, the more likely you're going to remember, don't do the thing. Don't do the thing that caused you to fall in the first place. And that's about the point where you start realizing that pain and success, pain and your progress really go hand in hand, much like life. In conclusion, things that are useful for snowboarding that are also helpful in real life include: look where you want to go, remember to incorporate balance, and always remember that failures are only lessons in disguise. Thank you.
Thank you, Myra. And thank you so much for making it here. I know it was a difficult day, but we appreciate the effort. So we have 1 minute to write your evaluation for Myra's speech. You can either put it in the private chat box or share it through email. So 1 minute's on the clock.
Was that a particular track or path?
Yeah, so it's a Pathways Level 1 Project 2, which has multiple parts. So you give a speech, get feedback, apply the feedback. So it's all part of Project 2. We're wrapping that up. Just a few seconds more. All right. So for all the newcomers, this is an Expressions Unlimited tradition. On the final meeting of every year, Greg McKean and sometimes his wife Kathy give us a special treat and lead the group in song. So it'll be a fun time. So Charles, the time is about 10 to 12 minutes. And obviously this is a fun speech. That's the whole objective. So you can just sit back and enjoy it. So please help me welcoming Greg. And the title for this year is There's No Place Like Home for the Holidays 2020. Greg.
What? Too much? Santa suspenders, Grinch tie, Santa shirt, and peppermint pen? Too much? No, okay, all right. Glad to hear that. I thought it'd be fun to start out with something about a holiday that we don't always think that too much about as a celebratory time, and that's New Year's. And specifically, why there's a tradition that we kiss at midnight on New Year's Eve. This tradition goes back, they say, clear back to the Roman times, when they really knew how to throw a party. They called bacchanals, pretty rowdy folks, I guess. But more recently, the English and the Germans have interpreted it to predict how your love life's going to be in the coming up year. If you don't get a kiss at midnight on New Year's Eve, you won't have any love life at all for a year. So that's pretty bleak. But the ones who really have it down are the Scots. During their New Year's celebrations, they kiss everyone in the room. Well, probably only the opposite sex normally, but anyway, that's a great thing to do. That's fantastic, I think. So I've got some pictures here, just examples. Oh, can you see me? There we go. Oh, that's the wrong kiss. This one, am I big on your screen? Anyway, this one is a whole bunch of people kissing their dancing partners at midnight on New Year's Eve. And sometimes if you get lucky, you might be able to just reach across the table and kiss a stranger. Now that brings up some story I want to tell you about myself. Well, really, when I was my younger self, and I was 17, I was a bashful little kid. I was 5'6" in those days. I didn't get to 6'2" till after I was well into my 20s, amazingly enough. And I was 17 and I'd never been kissed, really kissed, that is. So on New Year's Eve, we had a community hall and they had a dance for the teenagers there on New Year's Eve. At midnight, all the girls lined up and the boys got to go by and kiss each one of them. And I thought, holy mackerel, I don't want to go another year without that. So, although they did yell at me because I tried to go through the line a second time. But I got a girlfriend right away after that. And it was a little bit less shy, still had some trouble, but it was a great time. It really was. And a life changer for me, a New Year's Eve dance, kissing like crazy. So I recommend it, by the way. Another tradition is the ball dropping in New York. They drop a ball for the first 3 years of celebrations in Times Square. They shot off fireworks, but they had hot embers dropping down on the audience, and plus they could set something on fire. So they looked around for a different thing to do, and they looked at shipyards. Shipyards had a ball that dropped normally at noon every day because sailors need to know exactly what time it is so they can navigate. So they would look in binoculars, or if they were close enough, could see it. And when the ball dropped, they know it was 12 and they could set their clocks to that. So the ball has dropped in Times Square now every year since 1907. And it's a big deal and still is. Have you ever wanted to go there for New Year's Eve? I'll give you one word: don't. It is no fun. It's colder than heck. People are wild beyond even words. When I lived there in '81, people were taking off their clothes and running around like maniacs after they got totally drunk in freezing weather. So nowadays they don't allow you to take your clothes off, and thank heavens. And they really put you in stalls so people can't just run around. But I'm glad I did it because I can say I did it, but it really wasn't that much fun. Okay, let's see. Do we think we can sing? Okay, ready? Did you get the lyrics, some of you?
So we turn our audio on?
Yeah,
turn your audio
take
on.
yourself off mute.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we starting with Jingle Bells?
Yes, we're starting with Jingle Bells.
Are you guys all ready?
Does everybody have the lyrics? Is there anybody that doesn't have the lyrics for the other songs? Did everybody print it all out?
I don't. I just read that last night when I was in bed, and I didn't get to.
You can get it in your.
I don't have a printer.
And if you don't know the words, just sing along. Is everyone ready? 1,
Okay.
2,
Yeah.
3. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse
Sleigh.
sleigh. Oh, the field we go,
Oh,
dancing
all
all
the
the way.
way.
All the way.
Wait,
Bells on bobtail ring.
ready?
Spirits bright.
Making spirits bright.
Oh, what
What
fun
fun
it
it
is.
is.
Playing song tonight. Oh, jingle
Sing
bells,
song
jingle
tonight.
bells,
Oh,
jingle
jingle bells,
Oh, there we go.
jingle
oh, what
all the
fun it is to
oh,
ride
what fun it is to ride in a one horse open sleigh. Hey!
Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
We need a leader. Who's gonna be the leader with a loud
I'm
voice?
supposed to be the leader.
Oh, you're the
Angel's
leader.
supposed to be the leader, because I'm terrible
Somebody
at leading.
has to lead and go and do it.
And
all the
Deanna and Lucille all volunteered to sing out.
Sing out.
Deanna can sing, I know that. Do we want to? Yeah?
Deanna, come on, step up.
Are we ready for the next one, Greg?
Okay.
You guys
Wait a
ready?
minute,
Let me say something. Let me say something about Jingle Bells, though, and really all these songs, they're all Christmas songs, basically. That's when we sing them for the most part, but none of them mention Christmas, and only one even mentions a holiday. The Jingle Bells was not a Christmas song, and it was written in 1850 as a Thanksgiving song, actually. And it didn't really get much popularity until years and years and years later, 30, 40 years before people started singing it and singing it at Christmas instead of Thanksgiving. The next one, Deck the Halls, is an old traditional Welsh winter song. And is the melody, they wrote the melody in like the 1400s. That's even older than me. And the English lyrics were not written until 1862.
Very nice.
Okay.
Are you guys ready?
Wait, can I ask something?
Sure.
I don't know about everybody else, but I hear like a lot of echo and things don't really come through at the same time. So
That's
maybe,
because we were all singing at different times.
is everybody else? Because I was wondering if this is our first time singing on Zoom. I
No,
thought,
if we sing all at the same time,
It
that
should work if you all try to, well, I'll try and start you off and then let's see if you can stick with
Okay,
me.
let's see.
Should we try Jingle Bells again?
Let's
Lana?
do that. You want to try Jingle Bells again?
Sure.
Start or from the.
Okay, back to Jingle Bell. Are you ready?
Oh, there it is.
1, 2, 3.
Dashing
through
the snow
in
on
one
horse open
sleigh.
Open
Oh,
sleigh.
as
we
we
go,
go,
laughing all the way, ha ha ha, long bobtail ring,
making spirits
Making
bright.
spirits
bright,
bright.
spirits, laughing, singing,
Oh.
song tonight.
Jingle
Yeah.
bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey,
Jingle bells,
jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Jingle.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open
sleigh.
That might be enough of that.
Okay, that almost worked towards the end.
Good try.
Well, should we take a
Deck the halls?
Deck
yeah,
the halls.
let's have a shot at Deck the Halls.
Deck the halls. Okay, guys, pay attention now. 1, 2, 3. Deck the halls with flowers of holly. La, 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 la,
La 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 la.
Don't we now all say
Troll the
the
ancient Yuletide carol.
la 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 la.
La 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 la.
Hail the new year that has passed. La 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 la. Sing joyous all together. La 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 la.
speak
Let's
of
go
the
with
wind.
weather.
La 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 la
La,
la
la,
la.
La, la, la,
Oh my goodness. 11 points for effort, right, Greg?
Well, I'm getting the yellow flag there, I see. So,
To say something,
Mhm.
it's so bad that it's good.
Oh, 2 more to go.
Yeah.
I think we should take
Everybody
a,
has their little own tempo for it's like
yeah, that's right.
right.
I think we
Why don't
should
we
take
skip to the end then? If
Yeah.
there's
I
only a
think we
little
should
time.
take
we
a
do the
shot.
last one?
He's on
Yeah,
the
we
yellow.
could- you want to do the
got it
last
right.
one?
Home for the holidays is the
Yeah,
theme
because
for
it's
this
so,
year.
it just seems so appropriate for this, what's happening now. No place like home for the holidays, right?
We should
So-
call it no place
Yeah.
other than home for the holidays.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you sing for us? You a singer?
Pardon?
Why don't you
Come on,
sing it
Kirk,
for us?
sing that one.
I'm filling in for Kathy
Yeah.
today.
Well, I'm running out of time. I'll tell you what.
Let's
like
go
to
with the
sing-
last one.
You want to do the last one?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
get ready. Are you guys
End-
ready for
end
No
your
Place
speech
Like
and-
Home?
End your speech and then we'll sing more.
Pardon?
How about end your speech and then we'll sing more?
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, that's
Um,
the end of the speech.
Kind of good.
Hey, thank you.
Um,
You're done.
I want to, all speeches end with, have an ending, but this one really ends with a beginning, 2 beginnings, actually. What hopefully is the beginning of the end of this horrible pandemic, not tomorrow or the next day, but pretty soon, I hope. And the other is the beginning of a brand new year with all the hopes and aspirations and opportunities that brings. So here's to ya. Kiss somebody, for heaven's sakes.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, are you ready?
Thank you, Greg.
1, 2, 3. Oh, there's no place like home for the holidays. 'Cause no matter how far away you roam, when you think for the sunshine of a friendly day, for the holidays you can't be sweet home.
Sweet
I met a man who
Lives in
lives in Tennessee, and he was heading for Pennsylvania and some homemade pumpkin pie. From Pennsylvania, folks are traveling down to Dixie's sunny shore. From Atlantic to Pacific, gee, that traffic is terrific.
'Cause there's
No place like home for the holidays. 'Cause no matter how far away you roam,
if
you
you want
want to be happy in a million ways. For the holidays,
you can't be so sweet home. For the
For the
holidays, you can't
holidays,
be sweet home.
Yay.
Yay.
Be the snowman.
That was much better.
Like the fewer people sing, the better it sounds.
We do
I think so.
snowman?
Just have Deanna sing. She's really good.
All right,
Pardon?
thank you, everybody. Thank you, Greg, for leading that. If you want to, it's not really a formal evaluation, but if you want to send Greg a little note, go ahead and do that now.
Yeah, I don't know how this thing, anyway.
And then at this point, we will like to introduce our general evaluator, Angel, to introduce the evaluators.
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster Devon. I would love to introduce our first evaluator, who is going to be Brooke. And she is evaluating the wonderful speech that we heard earlier from Myra. Please give it up for Brooke.
Hi, everyone. Okay, so first of all, well done, Myra. It was great. I really enjoyed it. I love how you started with a question that no one answered. But I've never snowboarded, but I've skied. So I definitely, for me, it was very informative and educational, and I like how you gave instructions and insights, and it makes me actually want to try it, even though I've been thinking, should I stay with skiing, or should I try snowboarding? But I also thought that, you know, you gave great insights. And this time I actually paid attention to you and not the PowerPoint, because I think that last time I was looking like right at the PowerPoint the whole time. So you kept the attention on yourself and your speech. It was very organized and planned very well. You had great pauses, and again, as I was looking at you, I could see you was like paying attention, and you had great eye contact like the whole time. For me, I really liked how you you used the quotes of like manifesting, and how you compared snowboarding to life, because I totally agree with you about lessons and falls and failures. And I just like it was fun and it was really easygoing. I didn't see any hand gestures, and maybe one improvement, maybe you can make your room a little bit lighter. But other than that, it was really great. Well done.
Yay, thank you, Brooke. That was wonderful. Great evaluation there. And we have another evaluation. Not sure what she's going to make of it, but evaluating Greg, we have Lucille. Give it up for Lucille.
Thank you, Angel. Did you guys have fun? Perfect. That's all I want to know, because I didn't have fun. But I liked it. This is a tradition that we always do for our club, and Greg and Kathy usually just Devin mentioned. But I liked the way Greg opened it. He opened it with a New Year, a little bit of history about New Year, and then he tied it into his own personal experience during New Year, and found a girlfriend and kissed a lot like hell. And so 17, I enjoy that a lot. And then the history of the ball dropping. So that's really good. I like having a little bit of the history of what New Year is about. And then we went into the singing, and it was a great effort for everybody to do that. We were a little bit off beat, but that's okay. This is our first time singing via Zoom, and we normally do this with Kathy, who's leading us. It was the real singer in the group, as Greg had mentioned in email communication with us. But it's good that we did not do any practice. So this was an impromptu singing via the Zoom, and we did the best we can. So that was really fun, Greg. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lucille. And now I'm passing it back to Devin.
Thank you, Angel. So Charles, could we get a timers report for the speakers and the evaluators, please?
All right. We had Myra came in at 6 minutes and 33 seconds. And the Greg singing spectacular was 13 minutes and 15 seconds.
And how about the evaluators?
Brooke was 1 minute and 44 seconds, and Lucille was 1 minute and 14.
Great, thank you. All right, so just make a mental note of who you want to vote for. We'll do the poll at the end of table topics. And with that, I'd like to welcome Paul to lead our table topics session. And Paul, you have till 12:50, so about 12 minutes.
All right, thank you, Devin. Well, it's so wonderful to see all your smiling faces. I love the hat, Deanna, just rocks. So cool, so cool. The word of the day is praise. It's a simple word, but I don't think we use it enough. And I don't actually think we give it enough. So the word praise is a verb. It's to express warm approval or admiration of someone, to praise them. It is the season for gifts. And a lot of us get products. We might get an iPad. We might get some earbuds. We might get a service, maybe a haircut. Somebody gives us a haircut for Christmas. Could happen. Carpet cleaning. If somebody wants to give me carpet cleaning for Christmas, I could use that. But gifts can be products or services, but they can also be praise. So today in our table topics, it's going to be a little unusual. I have some names down of people, and I'm going to ask some of these people to give praise to another member on the screen. I think I have a pretty good order. I could screw this up royally. So you might get praised twice. You might get asked twice. I don't know. Let's see how it all goes. Remember to try to use the word praise in your table topic. And I don't think we'll have enough time for everybody, but let's see how this goes. My first question, Jesse. Jesse, would you tell us something that you admire about Charles?
Absolutely. Hey, Charles. I praise Charles for sure because he's such an eloquent speaker, has an easy way of talking with everyone. And I just love all the way he organizes all his speeches, and there's always something to learn and to impart, great wisdom. And he's been around our group for a long time, great participant. And I know that he has also dedicated to family and work and makes a great big contribution in both of those areas. And I just, he's kind of like a mentor to me, one of many. But thank you, Charles. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesse. Angel, what would you like to tell Lisa?
Oh, I would like to tell Lisa that the minute I met her, I liked her enormously. She has a fabulous energy, great smile, dress sense. She's outgoing. And then I got to know her a little bit, and I found her a bit intimidating because she's been in the military, and she's very tough and, puts her foot down a lot and stuff. But then I got to know her even more, and I absolutely adore her. I think everything about her is inspiring. I'm amazed that she has a pig and a very clean home and all these animals, cats, dog, and a ton of allergies. So we have a lot in common, and we still send our love out there to the creatures of the world. And so I don't think I can sing Lisa's praises enough, really, especially the current outfits, which I adore. It has a sort of London, Paris, it girl of the 60s vibe. And all I've got is a little piece of ribbon, some ribbons for my outfit. So I would like to give praise to you, Lisa, and wish you very, very happy holidays, a wonderful new year, and keep on giving us as much as you can of your light and your speeches and all of that. Thank you.
Excellent.
Humbled and honored. Thank you.
That was pretty. See, a present can be much more than a product or a service. Lisa, you were just praised. I'd like you to tell us some things that you admire about Megan.
Thank you for that. I love all my fellow Toastmasters. I especially love Megan. Megan is such an inspiration. I couldn't begin to offer her enough praise. She's always in a good mood. She is courageous beyond measure. She comes to our meetings ready to help. She's extremely capable. She's fun to watch when she speaks. I love the way that she's self-effacing and that she's able to laugh at herself, which endears, I believe, all of us, I can say myself, to her even more, because anybody who can laugh at themselves just earns more laughter, right? And earns our respect. And I love that Megan loves her husband. She speaks so fondly of him, and that she is from the great state of Georgia, I believe, because I am from the East Coast myself and have family on the East Coast side. And I just think Megan is beautiful inside out and all around, and I hope to get to know her even better.
Awesome. Thank you. Charles, you've been a Toastmaster for a while, and so has Jerry. I'm sure whether it's his speaking style or something that you've noticed about Jerry, how would you praise Jerry?
Well, first, I would like to praise Jerry for a couple of things. first and most important thing is you, Jerry, have given me feedback that has really made a difference, whether you're watching me as the what I can't think of the position, but where you evaluate the way we're speaking and presenting ourselves. I've actually been able to use that in my real life, and it's been really helpful. Also, with the speaking, you've given me insights and very clear direction, and I really appreciate it. I also love your house. As someone who's always critiquing us about, what our backgrounds look like, being able to see, being able to successfully set up in the garage or in your house, it's been amazing. Whether I'm speaking about it or whether I'm actually, presenting in the ambiance, you've given me a real gift, and I thank you for that.
Excellent. Thank you. Mr. Sinclair, another longtime Toastmaster. What would you say about another longtime Toastmaster, Stacy?
Oh, I could say something good about Stacy. Stacy's got an eccentric spirit about her, and she's unique in the sense that she's pushes me to open up and understand things outside of my own world. And I think when you have people in your life, that's a quality that is something you learn to appreciate. There's quite a few people in Toastmaster that are quite different than me and have different views than I do. And I think it's just how you're able to love them and appreciate them and value them and open up to how they improve your life is one of the great qualities of Toastmasters. So to me, Stacy is all of that. She does some things that I could just never really do. She's always into something and promoting something or talking about something that I would have never thought about. And, how do you lose when you have friends like that and you know people like that? So yes, my praise goes to Stacy, and I hope for another wonderful year of just seeing her face. I do miss seeing her and everyone else in person. That's kind of a tough one. So I hope to get to the other side of that soon.
Thank you, Rick. Angelus, you're a relatively new member, but you've been on Zoom quite a bit and you got to know some of those folks here on the Zoom line. Angelus, what would you say about Deanna?
Well, one of the first members that actually I got to meet more was Deanna.
Angelus, can you speak up a little? Can you speak up just a little?
Oh, sorry. Okay,
there you
so
go.
one of the first members that I got to meet was Deanna, and she has been very helpful, so I would like to praise her for that. She actually has guided me towards the kind of path and what I have to do. I don't know, she's a very nice person, and I would like to get to know more about all of you guys too. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Angelus. Megan, I see are you on? I see you, there you are. Megan, would you go off mute just for a second? One is negative. Hi, Megan. Megan, would you tell us something that you admire about Lucille? You're on mute right now, Megan.
All right, now, am I on?
Yes.
Okay. I really like Lucille. She is always so professional and she knows exactly where she is and what she wants to accomplish, and she will do that. And she knows she's always very prompt and in charge of everything. She knows, she's always has a professional, she always appears very professional and astute. And I really think that she is someone who I really look up to. And I think that I, I, str- I, str- I string, I try to be, I try to be like Lucille, and I know about she and her wonderful cooking, and how and she cooks the healthiest food, as Rick has said, and I just praise Lucille.
All right, thank you. Well, it looks like I'm out of time. We didn't get the opportunity to go through everybody, but of course there's something very praiseworthy about each of you. And it is a privilege to be part of this club. See your smiling faces on Zoom every week. And Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Holidays to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank
Who's the ballot counter?
Thank you, Paul. We will be doing the ballot as the poll will pop up on your screen in just a few minutes. Thank you, Paul. That was wonderful. Since you didn't have anybody give you praise, I'll do it. Always, always interesting table topics. I love that about you. I think you always come up with creative ways to do that session of the meeting. And all your work that you do as our club treasurer, which, you know, on top of your already busy schedule, is much appreciated. So thank you, Paul. Now, Charles, the timer for table topics. Did everybody qualify on time?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great. And Stacy, did everyone use the word of the day?
I was listening very closely, but I don't think Charles used it. Did you use it, Charles? Or Angelus? I used it twice. Okay, so Charles did use it. Angelus, did you use it?
I don't remember.
Okay, I didn't remember hearing it. So everybody qualified the word of the day except Angelus.
Okay. Great, thank you. So the poll will pop up in just a couple seconds. While that's happening, let's start our reports for the meeting. So Lisa, if you could give us the AW counter report, please.
Yes, ma'am. I like to say as the AW counter is the pedantic teacher, the annoying coworker, and the overly corrective parent. But mainly, and we are here as the AW counter to help us improve. And I have a long list, but that's because I was trying to do my job better than I have in the past. Starting with Deanna, you had 2 ahs or ums. You had, that's it. Great job. Devin, you had 1 ah, and you had 1, this is minor, but important, I believe. Without ado is overused, so I would say try to find another way to transition. Charles, you had 1 ah or you had a Xerox or repeat, and you had 2 tongue clicks. Myra, you had 3 ah or ums, 2 ya knows, 3 Xerox or repeats, 4 tongue clicks, and also 3 so or and or okay. Rick had 5 ahs or ums and 6 and so but or okay.
No way.
Yes, and you have not been coming regularly, so it shows. Greg, myself included. Greg, you had 1 you know, and 1 repeat, 1 false start, 1 minor tongue click, and 1 like. Angel, I only caught one for you. Brooke, you had 7 ahs or ums, 1 you know, 1 false start, and 1 and so but or okay. Lucille, 1 ah or 1 you know, 1 and so but or okay. Paul, nothing. Jesse, 1 repeat, 3 okays or so's. Angeles, 2 ahs or ums, 1 Xerox. Megan, good job. 1 1 repeat, 1 false start, 1 so. Stacy, oh, and Megan, you had 1 long. That's important. Stacy, 1 and 1 long. And that's it.
Very
Thank you,
thorough.
Lisa. Appreciate the thorough report. Such an important part of our meeting. All right, next up is Stacy. Can you please give us the grammarian report?
They certainly will. That was very thorough, Lisa. I heard the first word from Greg was bacchanals, and I really have heard that word before, but didn't understand it, I guess, until I heard you explain it. So I thought that was really good. Humbled and honored was something Lisa said. Prompt, Megan said prompt, and astute. That's a good word. And Lisa also said overly corrective parent. And pretty much that's all I heard today. I think I was paying attention, but that's all I heard. Thank you.
Thank you, Stacy. All right, next up, Megan, can you please give us the Watcher report? Are you on mute? You might be on mute.
Since we all have been doing this for a while, since we've been doing this for a while, that we all have learned how to master this Zooming. We all know how to have the right light and do the so we are all very, I think we sit and we're all quite perfectly lit, and I think it was great. And I know that we're supposed to wear hats today, or we're supposed to be festive or something. And it was really great. I, like Angel, love your hat, Lisa. But maybe when you're really working or something, you can wear the hat just so you can see your face. You can't really see your face with the shadow, or it was too dumb, but otherwise I loved it and everyone looked great. And I want to see y'all. Okay.
Thank you, Megan. Thank you. All right. And next we have Angel, the general evaluator.
Thank you, Devon. I was very impressed, and I'm always very impressed by all of you. Everyone stepped up, everyone joined in, everyone's been so supportive and done a brilliant job, not just today, but all year. I never saw the dog before. Look how cute. Anywho, everybody was fabulous. I have no complaints. I am also very humbled and honored, and I'm delighted to have been here. Thank you for having me, and thank you for being great. You were brilliant.
Thank you. And thank you for stepping in at the last minute. All right. So the poll is closed. So I'll announce the winners for today. So we'll start with best table topics goes to Lisa. Congratulations, Lisa. And best evaluator goes to Brooke. Congratulations, Brooke. And our best speaker is Myra. Congratulations, Myra. And with that, I will turn it back over to Deanna to close our meeting.
Thanks, everybody. Okay, let's take a quick picture while I'm remembering right now. Devin, you're okay? Okay. Merry Christmas or whatever. All right, thanks everybody. And okay, I just want to say thank you guys all for being there and having our happy lunch hour. I think this is like the best thing out of the whole week every week, is I get to have some fun. So thank you all for participating. You guys are awesome. Be safe out there. Drive carefully. You don't want one of these. Make sure you be safe and you stop at the stop signs and the red lights. And also want to let you know we're gonna not be meeting the next 2 weeks because we've got Christmas and we've got New Year's. And January the 8th, that reminds me, I need to share the screen really quickly to sign up for our next meeting. Okay, can you guys see my screen? Okay, so on the next time we meet, we have a special speaker, not speaker, but we have a special guest on for Table Topics on Friday. So that's going to be great. And we have speaker number 2, and we have evaluator grammarian. So if you guys can chime in. Anybody want to be speaker?
I'll evaluate Angelus.
You'll evaluate Angelus. Is that
Charlie.
Rick? Oh, Charles. Is that Charles?
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Awesome.
Same hair, just different in everything else.
We got a lot of spots open, people.
Someone's going to have a good story after Christmas. And
I know.
I'll be timer.
Thank you, Stacy.
I can be GE. This is Lucille.
Thank you.
Devin, I can be all counter.
Okay, thanks, Devin.
I'll take grammarian, Lisa.
All right, awesome.
Angelus is.
The special guest is going to be a lot of fun, you guys. So you guys are going to be in for a really good treat. We're going to start off the year with a bang.
So that's the special guest is.
You're not going to tell us who it is?
Nope, not going to tell you.
Oh.
Do you need only one speaker to accommodate the special guest, or no?
No, we need another speaker. We have another spot.
Okay.
Somebody want to take that on?
We'll try to coach Kathy.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. What about Rick?
What's that? So you're saying Kathy possibly for speaker 2?
So yeah, she is right now very busy for because she has a job. So I'll try to reach out to her, see. But
okay.
But not, she might not because it's the beginning of the holiday. But
got it.
Yeah, I'm thinking just whoever the new ones, like Brooke and Andres is already in their new path. Just a suggestion.
Okay. All right. I'll send an email out. Okay. I think that's it, you guys. Anybody want to say anything? Any last end of the year wise words or anything? Stacy, you want to jump in?
Well, I'm just curious because I thought last week you wanted a board meeting today after the meeting.
Yep. Thanks for the reminder. Board meeting right afterwards.
Okay.
Okay.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, thanks Thanks, Stacy.
All right. Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Have a Merry Christmas
Bye.
and a
Merry
Happy New
Christmas.
Year.
Christmas.
Bye.
Let's get together in 2021.
Yeah.
Goodbye.